You're listening to the Q Your Business Success Podcast, Episode 4. Sports and business. What do they have in common? A lot. Today we're going to talk about the lessons we can learn from top-performing athletes and how you can borrow these best practices to be a high-performing business leader. So let's get started.
Are you ready to cue your business success? Entrepreneurs and business owners tune into this podcast for top marketing, sales, and leadership strategies to grow and scale your business. Hosted by Michaela Quilici, award-winning international business growth coach and marketing consultant. Since 2010, Michaela has helped hundreds of business owners navigate their business growth on purpose. She has been featured in Canadian Living Magazine, USA Weekly, and Business Innovators. Michaela is also a contributing author in the best-selling book Conscious Business and a member of the Forbes Coaches Council. If you want to learn some tactics you can put to work in your business today to get noticed, get clients, and get profitable, listen to this episode. And if you want to move even faster, connect with Michaela directly at michaelaquilici.com. Here's Michaela.
There are many similarities between the world of entrepreneurs and the world of athletes. Parallels that can give direction to business owners who are trying to succeed on the playing field of economics. Both the successful entrepreneur and the top-performing athlete share similar characteristics. They may use these traits differently in their jobs, but they both have passion, tenacity, vision, confidence, flexibility, creativity, and a tolerance for fear. As an athlete myself, I understand the team sport dynamic and what it's like being part of something greater than just yourself. I know firsthand what it takes to master a skill, including the focus, dedication, and determination it takes to win, and clocking thousands of hours of daily practice, even when you don't feel like it. When I was 18 years old, I was on British Columbia's provincial netball team, and we qualified to compete in the Canadian Nationals. We didn't come home with the gold, but we did place. It takes teamwork to make the dream work, and something else, which I'll talk about in just a minute. I watched a movie starring Denzel Washington called Remembering the Titans. You may have seen it. It's a story based on actual events that took place in 1971 about a southern high school in the United States recognized for their football team called the Titans. I love movies about sports, especially football and boxing. Oh, I love the Rocky movies from the late 70s and 80s. I find these sports to be very strategic, and the subtleties of strategy done well gets me super excited. Yes, I said it, strategy gets me excited, and it's probably why I'm pretty good at it too. There's also something about seeing the underdog rise from the ashes like a phoenix and being part of that journey of overcoming to becoming that tugs at my heartstrings, probably because it parallels my own journey about losing my voice and hiding in plain sight for decades to finally rising up and finding and using my voice to inspire others. Seeing that story played out before my eyes on a movie screen validated my own journey, and it anchored me further into who I am, where I came from, and what it took for me to get here, which is very empowering. The movie takes the viewer through the journey of an interracial football team forced to come together despite obvious racial conflict in order to eventually win 13-0 and take home the regional championship trophy. The two coaches, including the head coach, offense line, and the assistant coach, defense line, work alongside one another with underlying tension pretty much throughout the whole movie, but eventually come together to work agreeably for the good of the team. After training camp, during which time the Titan boys endured serious Navy SEAL-like training in both skill development and mental toughness, they started their season, played hard, and began to see some success. They were on a winning streak and enjoyed the popularity and pride that came as a result of that. Then they were up against a better team. The bar had been raised and the stakes were high. The Titans were accustomed to running the same 6 plays over and over again, using the same players in their usual positions and winning every time. But in this game, their standard playbook wasn't working anymore. The wide receiver on the competing team was faster than the Titan defending opponent. The receiver outran the Titan every single time. As the points started to rack up for the competing team, the assistant coach lambasted the Titan, telling him to work harder, do better, run faster. Play after play, the poor kid was just not able to step up his game and match his quicker opponent. Finally, he pointedly and frustratingly told his coach, point blank, "He's just faster than I am, coach." It was at that moment, as I watched the assistant coach standing on the sidelines, I could see a light bulb go off in his head. If he kept that player in the game, they were sure to lose. So he subbed the laggard Titan for a different guy on the team who was simply faster. Like in business as in football, the successful players don't waste time trying to turn their weaknesses into strengths. They either switch up the play or get their bench strength from other team members. The similarities between the entrepreneur and the athlete are striking. To be successful in either arena, the business office or the playing field, the participant must learn to maximize their strengths and negate their weaknesses. So what about you? Here are some questions to think about as you reflect on how this sports analogy relates to you and your business. What or where are you focusing your time on? Do you focus more of your time leveraging your strengths or being crippled by your weaknesses? Are you trying to do everything yourself and be the chief of everything, the COE of your business, instead of the CEO, the leader, the coach, and mentor? Who are the key players on your team? Who make up your bench strength? What are the things that are in your zone of genius that only you can do? And what are those that aren't? What parts of your business should you be subbing out? Being a business owner is not easy. It's probably one of the most challenging roles ever. For me personally, everything changed when I decided to stop doing everything and started to ask for help. One of the hardest things I've ever had to learn to do. I wouldn't have been able to be successful in business doing it alone. Nobody can. As a business owner, being trapped inside of our own perspective can leave us feeling ill-equipped to recognize problems and come up with solutions. So I encourage you to give yourself the gift of a fresh perspective and leverage your strengths and delegate, outsource, or automate the rest. This is Michaela Quilici, your host. Thanks so much for listening today. You can better navigate your business growth on purpose when you're in a community of other people who are also on the road to success. So be sure to join our online community at QYourBusinessSuccess.com and share what you learned from today's episode. What is one inspired step you're committed to take action on to cue your business success? We want to know. You're listening to